On the news this morning, Governor Soludo directs reopening of markets on Mondays, intensifies security. Anambra State government asks school principals to adherence to free education policy. Federal government reaffirms dedication to promote gender equality. On the foreign scene, Tunisian President Said Ouen's second term. The special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has directed shops across the state to open every Monday. The governor gave the directive while embarking on an inspection visit in markets across the state. In markets visited, it was observed that many shops were under lock and key. According to the governor, the state government will intensify the provision of security in markets. He lamented that closure of markets on Mondays has adverse effects on personal income of citizens, assuring that you will pay a repeat visit every Monday to ensure full compliance. In demonstration of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's vision to create an inclusive society, Anambra State government, through her Ministry of Special Duties, the National Senior Citizens Center, National Stakeholders Consultative Forum on Aging, NNSCFOA, Anambra State, and other partners have marked the National Day of Older Persons in Anambra State. The celebration was marked with health work and talks, medical outreach, and novelty football match for the aged at Awka City Stadium. Our correspondent, David Opokwasele, reports.
The National Day of Older Persons was approved in 2021 by former President Muhammadu Buhari to be celebrated in Nigeria every October 5 because the date for the international celebration on October 1 coincided with the Independence Day celebration in Nigeria. The day calls stakeholders to action and creates awareness on the particular challenges facing elderly persons today, especially in their social care and access to qualitative health care.
It's important because we'll all get old someday. We're all getting there. And we want to make sure that they are not abused.
It's part of the inclusive governance of Chukwuma Soludo.
Celebrating older persons is very, very important. In fact, it should be every day.
The elderly persons were joined in their health walk by top government functionaries and stakeholders in the aging health and social care value chain. Asia also registered for free 10 elderly persons that attended the event, selected through raffle draw into its Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme. The celebration had as theme celebrating the value of older persons and the integral role they play, recognizing the places and the people that remove the barriers. In Awka, David Opokwasere reporting, PBS News.
The chairman, Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, Awka, Professor Nkechi Ikediogo, has charged principals to refund all school fees paid by parents of students in Senior Secondary 1 to 3 as directed by Governor Chukwuma Soludo in line with his free education scheme. The chairman gave the charge while addressing principals of Onitsha Zone at the first-term zonal meeting of 2024-2025 academic session. Professor Ikediogo commended Governor Soludo for granting total free education to children of the state and urging principals to ensure accurate data of their students. Professor Ikediogo urged them to have firm control of their teachers, as committed teachers make students to excel. The Commission's boss also asked principals to introduce receipt examination for students that fail and allow those that fail the receipt examination to repeat the classes. Earlier, the chairman presented the principals with the governance framework for administration of new funding in secondary schools, where the principal, bursar, and vice principal one teacher and one member of the Club of Patrons make up the committee. Chief Mrs. Amaka Okekio, a native of Nri in Anocha Council area, has been conferred with the prestigious title of Eyom Adadiorama of the ancient Nri Kingdom, following her contributions to the society and her commitment to cultural values. The title was conferred upon her by Eyom Otuodo Society, a group known for preserving the traditions and heritage of the Nri Kingdom. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports that the investiture ceremony, steeped in tradition, was graced by cultural proponents, traditional leaders, and notable stakeholders from within the Nri community and beyond.
In her speech, Chief Mrs. Okeke expressed gratitude to the Eyom Otuodo Society and pledged to continue championing the cause of cultural preservation and development within her community, while her husband, Chief Godwin Okeke, described her as an achiever.
When it's not right, I am not there. No matter who is involved, it must be said the right way, it must be done the right way. And that is one of the things.
I think that she has done it to that point where it's good for her to take the title, and I've supported her fully in doing that.
You have to respect your husband, your children, the kindred. She should continue to do what she has been doing best. She's a good woman.
That behind a very successful and honorable man must be a successful and honorable woman.
On their parts, Chief Nneka Ejimili Okoye of Otuodo Society Nri, who performed the conferment, and friends to the celebrants, Reverend Father Patrick Okafor and Professor Petronila Tabansi, advised Chief Mrs. Okeke to continue living up to expectations. Emmanuel Shibata for ABS News.
The traditional ruler of Neni, Igwe Demian Onwameze Ezani, has described New Yam Festival in Igbo land as age-long tradition and culture handed over to them by their forefathers, where he thanked God for his mercies towards his subjects for successful harvest. Correspondent Festus Obierika has the details.
Discussed this during 2024 Neni New Year Festival held in his palace at Neni in Anocha Council area, urging the Neni to put more effort in farming in order to boost agriculture. In the separate interview with ABS, some of the Neni indigenes include Chief Amanachi NM, Ezani Ochilozwa, Sir Edwin Ezudoshimili, and Lawrence, among others, urge people to embrace farming to ensure food sufficiency for their families.
Let us use this festival as an opportunity to reflect on our values and rediscover the joys of working in the land.
We support whatever the community we are dwelling in is doing.
The event features Thanksgiving Mass, prizes to 3 farmers that perform excellently on yam and cassava respectively by Nigeria Brewell, and title to Igwe's wife, Lolo Pepe Chua Ezani. For Neni and Festus Obierika for ABS News.
Onitsha Country Club has performed her 2024 New Yam Festivals. The celebration held at the sports complex Fege Onitsha saw the commissioning of a security facility built to enhance security services in the club. It was another opportunity to present a award of recognition to 2 deserving members of the club. Correspondent Odinaka Ngolisa has the details of that report.
In an address of welcome, the president of the club, Chief Anieto Nwakinsili Ajufo, said the project targets at rebranding and changing the face of the club, expressed gratitude to some committed members whose efforts have added value to the growth and development of the club.
It's a sustainable development of the grassroots, and because of the proximity of the people coming.
Some of the guests, Chief Bat Eli, Felix Madike, Ben Okoli, and Linus Ejiofor, highlighted on the vital regional event. Speaking to ABS, some of the awardees, Chief Ikechukwu Ezenwa and Chuka Gabriel, expressed joy for finding them worthy, said the honor is a call for more sacrifice and service to humanity. Cultural dance and masquerade display added color to the event. From Fege Onitsha, Renaka Nwolisa, reporting.
That was the New Yam Festival celebrated by Onitsha Country Club. On the federal scene, the federal government has reaffirmed its dedication to promoting gender equality through workplace policies that empower women and create inclusive environment. This commitment was highlighted at the high-level stakeholders advocacy meeting on the validated Nigeria Workplace Gender Policy held in Abuja. The event was organized by the Ministry of Labor and Employment in collaboration with the Ministry of Women Affairs with support from Oxfam, Nigeria. The meeting aimed to raise awareness of the policy among federal ministries and advocate for its approval by the Federal Executive Council, FAC. Once passed, the policy is expected to foster a safer, more equitable work environment for Nigerians, free from discrimination and harassment. Minister of Women Affairs speaking, Mrs. Uju Kennedy Ohanenye, represented by the Director of Gender Affairs, Mr. Adamu Ismaila, stressed the importance of the policy. The Director of Inspectorate of the Ministry of Labor and Employment, Mrs. Olaolu Olaito, also emphasized the need for gender equality, noting that inclusive workspaces unlock the potential of both men and women. Oxfam Nigeria's Program Manager for Gender Justice, Helen Akinyemi, highlighted the significance of collaboration in ensuring the policy's successful approval and implementation. Now, in an election that was criticized by rights groups, Tunisia's President Kais Saied has won a second term with more than 90% of the vote, the Electoral Commission has said. Only 2 candidates out of more than a dozen other hopefuls were allowed to stand against President Saied in the ballot, where only 29% of the more than 9 million registered voters took part. Said's closest challenger, businessman Ayachi Zamel, won 7% of the vote despite being sentenced to 12 years in prison for falsifying documents just 5 days before the poll. There were no campaign rallies or public debates, and nearly all the campaign posters in the streets were backing the president. 5 political parties had urged people to boycott the elections in the belief that they would not be free or fair. Tunisia was where a wave of pro-democracy protests in the Arab world began in the late 2010, ousting longtime autocrat Zine El Abidine Ben Ali early the following year. And with that, we conclude the news. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka, on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Governor Soludo has directed reopening of markets on Mondays, intensifies security. Anambra State Government has tasked school principals on adherence to free education policy. Federal government has reaffirmed dedication to promote gender equality, And on the foreign scene, we brought you a report that Tunisian president said has won second term. The special message once again, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra state economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Good morning and have a great day.